Let's just bring up the energy. I feel like it's kind of quiet in here, all right? When I say hey, you say ho. Hey! Hey! All right, when I tell a joke, fucking laugh! All right, so I was actually just texting my dad earlier, actually like during this show, and he's like really into my comedy and everything, so I'll read the conversation. He says, how's the crowd? And I said, there's like 27 people. And he said, okay, ages? And I said, college. And then he said, okay, pot jokes are good, stuff they relate to. And I said, got it. He said, are you just winging it? Or do you know what you're gonna say? I said, I have a set. And then he said, no Trump jokes. And then I said, I don't need to. They read the news. Okay, so let's just get this started now. Let's just address, something. I have a long neck. I always have. It's a hard pill to swallow. And I feel like I always have to address it because it's like the elephant in the room, or giraffe. And it's like kind of weird because like I've got this long neck and I'm like really skinny, and I feel like I'm like when a kid's still learning stick figures, like he hasn't gotten it down yet, he's putting the arms on the wrong place, like, oh, that's low. Does anyone else like resent their Bitmoji for being more attractive than them? Like, this facial hair is not an option on there. And like, and I just know like, he's just smirking at me when I look away. He's just like, I have a bigger dick than you, I'm smarter than you, I have a better smile. Like, I just fucking hate Bitmoji. Like, I feel like that's just the end of society, right? We had our human selves, and then like, we're just gonna start transferring our consciousness into these Bitmojis until there's nothing left. So, I just had midterms. You guys had midterms, right? Yeah, my least favorite Transformer is Scantron. I've been thinking about dying a lot lately, and kind of what the worst way to die is. I think I've got it. It's, well, I was reading a story the other day about these guys, after World War II, that got, like, stuck in, like, this depot, like, and the door was destroyed and everything, and they were stuck in, like, darkness for 6 years. And 2 guys out of, like, the 6 survived to the end. But right when they got out, one of the guys died of shock. Do you guys know what shock is? People die from that? What the fuck? Just calm down. Just chill out for like a second, you'll be fine. The other horrible way that I thought about dying is, I don't know how much you guys know about crocodiles, but like they are me, and the way that they kill people is I don't know if there's any crocodile fans out there, but I'll give you a hint. It's called a death roll. That's the real name of it, which like doesn't really leave much. Like you never see someone getting death rolled like, oh, they might be all right. No, it's like, and then it's like, now that you guys know the word, if it ever happens, you'll be like, I'm getting death rolled. Jesus Christ, you guys are like a TED Talk. My uncle, he's like 500 pounds, and this past winter he actually like got his foot amputated, which is like one way to lose weight. This is true. A lot of comics will be like, this is true, and it's not, but I don't have that mental capacity. But this is true. My suite mate is a furry. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's always fun to tell people for the first time. A furry is someone who like identifies as like an animal human hybrid. Think, what's that? What are those books? Animaniacs? No, fuck. Animorphs, thank you. It's like the middle part of the front cover. That's what they're into. They like fucking that. And some furries are okay. You know, if you're a wolf, that's brave. But my sweet mate is special. He's a jackalope. That's not a real animal. That's a mix between a rabbit and an antelope, which is just a stupid idea, because rabbits, they live close to the ground, and what's on the ground but shrubbery? You can't fucking run, just shock, snap your neck, it's over. It's over, and that's pretty much really what my roommate's about, actually. And some furries have they claim they have special powers, like they can talk to the animals. Nah, my roommate's only power is just to make shitty MS Paint furry porn. So I'm from Southern California, Carlsbad, I don't know if you know where that is, Legoland. And I moved here, and I actually really like Reno. A lot of people make fun of me for moving here, but that's cool. Because in Southern California, people they're way too. They don't have anything to worry about. There's no weather, there's no crime in most places, and so they just have to worry about you. And so if you're oh hey, do you know anyone that sells weed? They'll give you an electric blanket. They will call the services and take you away. It's terrible. In Reno, if you just go up to the librarian and you're hey, I need meth right now. She'll say, it's already in your back pocket. And you'll say, are you a magician? And she'll say, yes.